Hello fellas, what's popping? Yeah, what's going on? How you doing? What's popping? I hope you're alright. I hope you're alright and you are doing great. I know you are actually doing great. Always do your best to do what? You know, to take good care of yourself. That's the purpose. So, once again, you are welcome to Zavi Money Channel. You're welcome to Zavi Money Channel. Today, we're going to be talking about HTML lists, preferably HTML unordered list. That's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to center on that. We're going to focus on that. So, what are HTML unordered lists? That's the question that pops in first in your head. But before we do that, guys, we are going to do this. Yeah, we are going to, talk about actually what HTML list is. So, what are HTML lists? Or what is a HTML list? So, a HTML list now is what you know is the list of what we want and what we want to do in our everyday life. Being it's a collection of what we want to do in our everyday life. Then why we form that into a list, why we make that into a list. So uh, that is actually what a list is. So HTML list is what is a collection of data, in a list format or in a list kind of way. Normally, uh, we make lists every day. Yeah, we make lists every day. Like when we want to go to the market, then what happens? We have to draft out the things we are going to buy at the market. So let's say actually we do want to prepare, you know, a particular dish. Okay, maybe a rice, like a fried rice or stuff, or jollof rice. Let's take a jollof rice for example. We do have, a collection of the items and ingredients we want to use to do what? To prepare that particular jollof. Now, what happens? We do what? We, you know, uh, we get a pen and a paper and begin to draft out a list, which is begin to write down those ingredients we want to buy to use and prepare our jollof rice, so to use and prepare our food. So those things we write down inside that piece of paper is a list. It makes up what? A list. That's what we call it. This is the list of the food items I'm going to buy at the market. So that's the way it works. So that's actually what a list means. So when you now attach HTML to it, saying what? HTML list. So it now means a list drafted out as a HTML file. That's what it actually means. So it is now a list done what? Made you know with HTML. So that's when it now becomes what? A HTML list. But when you make it in any piece of paper there, you have with you, maybe you want to go to the market or you want to make it as a routine to do something, as a procedure you want to use to do one or two things. It's just a list. But now when you call it what? HTML list, which is what we use in HTML, it now becomes a list used what? In HTML, or made with HTML. So uh having said that, we're gonna be going proper to what? The main topic, which is what? HTML unordered list. So when you talk about HTML unordered list here, uh, HTML unordered list is nothing but what? You know, a HTML list that starts with the what? With the UL tag and ends with the UL tags while carrying those list items inside it, or inside of it rather. So a HTML unordered list is a list in HTML that starts with the UL tag and ends with the UL tag. So the UL, is an abbreviation for what? Unordered list. As the name goes, unordered, then list. So you draft out the U, draft out the L. When you join them together, it becomes what? A UL list. That's what it means. So let's look at examples and see how the UL list can be used. So let's do with this. This becomes what? Control A and then delete on the keyboard. So we're trying to use a new sheet, to have a new work in our index.html. So what do we do? Shift plus 1, we hit enter on the keyboard, and that is that. So we are looking at what? HTML on other lists. So we're going to edit that in our title tag. Exactly, we are going to edit that in our title tag. So now we're going to do that. We're going to actually do that. So this is title tag. We do HTML what? On ordered. This is on ordered. We have R here, unordered list. Yeah. So HTML unordered list. So having done that, to tell us actually the title of what we are learning today, we'll dive into the body, move over to the body of our HTML, and then once we do that, we'll be looking at the unordered list. So how do we create the unordered list? This is how we do that. This is how we do that, people. First up, we create the UL tag by doing what? Pressing U on the keyboard, L, and then UL appears. You hit enter on the keyboard, you hit enter again. And this is the UL tag, which is what? The unordered list tag. This tag does what? Gives you an unordered list, a presentation of the list which is what? Unordered, not you know strictly ordered. So it's a kind of it's a good kind of list and a way of presenting a list. But when we go further, you see why it is called an unordered list. So you see further why it is also called an unordered list. So because actually the presentation is nice, but unordered, as the name implies. Now the next thing is what? There's what we call the li tag, which is the list tag. The list tag is used inside each what? List each parent list tag, which is what? The UL tag is a parent container for the list tag. That's what it does. It's just like the div, when we use the div tag and then we have other tags inside of it. P tag, H tag, blah blah blah, image tag, link tag, and it carries it. So the UL tag now is what? An unordered list tag that what? Serves as what? A parent or a container to the list tag. So which we are going to be doing now, or using actually. So once you have queued in the UL tag, which is the mother tag for an unordered list, then the next thing is what? You go for the list tag. So we use the list tag inside the UL tag. So what do? We do li, because that's actually going to be carrying each list item. So what are the list items we want to use? Let's say we have bread on our list. Let's look at this as particularly the list we make for what we want to eat right now. So let's say we have bread and we are going out to buy it, or we are stepping out to buy it rather. So we have bread, then we can come here, hit enter on the keyboard, list as in li, then enter. Then let's have milk. This is milk. So we're going to buy bread once we step out. Then let's have something else. Once you have bread and you have milk, what else are you thinking, right? About, guys? Okay, let's say we have tea. We have tea here. Good. So this is tea. So we have milk, we have tea, then we have bread. So let's assume we already have water, but we still want to get water. Yeah, we still want to get water, guys. Then let's just add one more item to our list. So Li, which is this tag. Then let's add you know, bottle of what? Of you know, can water. Yeah. So bottle of can water. So now this is our unordered list. So having created it, we are gonna go live, or rather we're gonna run the code. Let's run the code now so we see what we have on our web page. So if we run the code, I'm running the code on my machine. I'm running the code, guys. This is what we're gonna have. We navigate to our Chrome, and this is it, guys. This is it. We navigate to our Chrome. We navigate to our Chrome, and this is what we have. On our Chrome, we have bread, milk, tea, and bottle of can water. You can see my mouse pointer moving around this particular area where we have bread, milk, tea, then bottle of can water. So you can see that the on other list actually looks beautiful and amazing. It has the a button, like a circle button behind this beside it, or rather behind it at the back of it. So it has a circle button. So beside it, this is it, this is this is it, and this is it. So you know, so it presents the list you actually made with it, in a very systematic way, which is beautiful. So it's just like when we write in our books, and then we use this kind of circle buttons to denote that this is one, this is two. The first thing we're going to buy is bread, the second thing is milk, the third one is tea, the fourth one is bottle of can water. That's what these circle buttons beside our list item is actually saying, but the description it conveys to you or to your users. So now uh, that's how the unordered list works. So it's actually how it works, and you see further reason why it's called unordered list. So your list will still appear the same way you did queue it in your HTML, but unlike the other list, the unordered list makes its orders uh as per like circle buttons or squares, or other kind of uh you know sign to denote that this is one, this is two, this is three. That's another reason why it is an unordered list. But if the list is actually ordered, it will be like one, two, three, four. Ordering it like normally the way we know, like something begins from one to two to three. Then if you are using like alphabet alphabets to represent the order or sequence of that particular list, you'll be having like A, B, C, D, E, F, just like that to Z. So depending on how many items you have on your list, so that is actually in an order. So telling you and your users that's what. So this is the first item, this is the second item, because somebody might not actually comprehend that this is the first item on the list. Once they look at these circle buttons, it's just used to do what, to represent the list items, but not actually giving a sensible order to it, placing the order of sequence that this is one, two, three, and the rest of that. So that's the more reason why it is what an ordered list. So now we go back to see more examples. We go back to our VS Code. This is our VS Code. Come here, navigate to our VS Code, and then we are back. So let's look at another example of our VS our VS Code rather. We hit enter on the keyboard. Let's have like a H2, and then give this particular one a what? A title now. Let's say list of my cars. So you want to make a list for your cars, and let's break this out so it doesn't contradict with what we have. So let's break it out. We added a line break of one there, just one line break. So this is a H2, right? List of my cars. Now all we gotta do is hit enter on the keyboard again, begin to make a list. So to create an unordered list again, guys, UL, you hit enter on the keyboard, you hit enter again. Your UL tag positions very well for you to put things inside. Then the next thing is what you actually now queue in the list tag, which is the LI tag. This is LI, you hit enter on the keyboard. Let's say the first car we have is what? A Porsche, a Porsche car. This is Porsche. Then the second car we have in our garage is what? We have a Benz actually, a Benz. So let's have Benz. Let's just go Mercedes. This is Mercedes, guys. Mercedes Benz. So we have a Benz. This is a Benz, in our garage. Then we have another one, another car in our garage. We have Ferrari. This is Ferrari. Yeah. This is okay. Ferrari, as in Ferrari. So this is Ferrari. That's another car. Then come over here again. Hit enter on our keyboard. LI. We hit enter again. Then we queue in another car. What other car do we have in our garage, guys? We do have another car. Let's say we have a Lexus in our garage, a Lexus car. Let's say Lexus 450, Lexus with a model of 450. So this is a car we have in our garage. What other car do we have in our garage? We're trying to make it a car of 5 list here. So let's have enter on the keyboard again, LI. Look for something else. We have a Toyota car. Yes, Toyota cars are very good. So let's say we have a Toyota but Highlander packed in our garage as well. These are good cars. Now I have a Toyota Highlander. So we've made, what should I call it now? 5 lists, in an unordered list. So we have made, we have created 5 lists inside. So this is the amount of, cars we do have. These are the names of the cars we do have, and the amount as well. There are 5. If you should count with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good cars. So we are going to run the code so we see that again, and that is about the unordered list. So we go over to our web page. Let's see what we just did. We come over here, navigate to our web page. So this is our web page, guys. This is our web page. You can see the heading to the list of our cars. So you can see a heading here showing list of my cars. Then you can see the unordered list we created. So inside we have Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, Ferrari, Lexus 450, and Toyota Highlander. So that's how good the unordered list is, or the UL list in short is. So the UL tag, any which one you want to call it. So I believe I've been of help, guys. This is about that for the UL tag or the unordered list. So this is it. So you can always create an unordered list every single now and then, on your web page for your users, you know, to view and use for whatsoever you want them to use it for them to have a better user experience on your site. So you can use the UL tag to do that. So I believe I've been of help, guys, and that is about that. So I really do love you guys. Stay tuned. Keep watching Zavi Money channel. Always watch my videos. Guys, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It's at Zavi Money hyphen 500 X in capital, M in capital. Yeah, this is what I do, guys. This is what we do. I love you guys. Stay tuned.